Don't break anything. You just got on. Don't do that. Raiders! Yeah. Little tasty Raiders to start the show. Whoa. Tuscan Raiders, Tuscan Raiders, this is supposed to be a Tuscan Raiders, staff, bantha, whatever. It's actually a walking stuff I got on here. Often imitated, never duplicated, that fool with no hair that shouts like Ric Flair. What? Woo! You heard me. Woo! The R8RBEAR! R8RBEAR! It's not a tattoo. It's a birthmark. And until you can prove different, deal with it. Right there. Raiders! I don't always do it my way. Sometimes I just do it like normal humans do and just go, Raiders! You know what I mean? But mine is, Raiders! Everyone has a superpower. That's mine. Yeah, don't try to do that. I've had other people do it better than me every once in a while now because I'm a little bit older, but when I first started doing it, I was the champ of that, I was the Jim Vanderlyn, the Dustin King up in this piece. Josh Russell, I love you. It's okay, Dustin King, I respect your reign. It's just, I rode, a lot of miles with that guy, okay? Oh, and Jim Vanderlyn, that shiny belt you've been wearing? Gonna have to talk, bruh. There's a number one contender in the house. Ooh, that gave me goosebumps too. Alexa, hush! What's up, fam? Welcome to the show. Appreciate you all tuning in. But first, Tradish! R8RBEAR Live. First comment. Woo! MVP tonight goes to that emoji making son of a monkey, Mark Bear Vargas. Mark, you stop showing up the champ. Okay, Jim's got responsibilities. Okay, the man goes to church. You know what I mean? He's got stuff to do. Don't run him down like this. Speaking of the angel, see, I don't say speak of the devil. That's not nice. Speak of the angel, Jim Vanderlyn, your heavyweight champion of the world, who will face his first challenger next week. Let's go, Mark Vargas. You give him the business. No, Jim. No, I am not rooting for him. I am simply all about the violence, okay? Whoever comes out on top, good for you. I don't care who it is. Okay, Jim? If you finish him, I will applaud you like every other time I have. Doggone it. Third place, my bronze medal goes to John the Lion. Leon, the guy always taking L's, but's never really losing. What's up, man? Welcome to the show. Always there for R8RBEAR. Honorable mention to Larry Brooks Jr. I appreciate you checking in, brother, from YouTube. Much love. And everyone tuning in on YouTube, if you would, please like and subscribe. Click on that little bell. And if you would, copy my uplink, my uplink. Did I say uplink? It's been a long day. My link, please, and share my YouTube link. I really appreciate it. Mike Hendu, look at you. First place, my gold medal tonight for my Facebook fam. I gave it away. Mike Henderson. You know, Mike, the belt is in turmoil right now. I'm missing my champion in Dustin King. I don't know what's going on around here. He may have to put this belt up. I mean, any moment here, because in second place with the silver medal, Tony! Woo! Oh, wait, that woo was terrible. Woo! Tony! Make it! Dip! Tony, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Always there for R8RBEAR. Silver medalist tonight. Look at you. Tony, you know, if you stop messing around and take this seriously, you could be maybe mentioned as a gold medal contender one day. No, probably not. No. Third place. I'm not going to do this to you. Cody Palmer! Jim Vandalin, you actually had the third on Facebook, but I wasn't going to give it to you. No. Even though you're watching me have both, and I love you for that. No, I had to give Cody Palmer some love. Because you're the champ, you know. You know you're not going to... Mark Vargas isn't going to get you. He's not going to take this that seriously. I'm looking at Mark Vargas. All right. Okay. See, nobody's show starts like mine. Nobody. And if they tell you different, they're lying. Tony! Make it, dear! Appreciate the love and the stars. And remember, stars contribute to the show. Go directly to charities like the Kind Fund, Kids in Need of Desks. We've worked with many kids, getting them to school in Africa, and it was a hell of an accomplishment. I don't want to keep telling the story. I feel like I'm bragging now. We promised to get in 13 kids. We got in 28. Okay, I'm bragging. Hey, 13 to 28. Come on. That's pretty friggin' good. I was flexing my chest, when their stuff came in the mail to tell us how much they appreciated what we did. And also, Punks for Autism. Don't forget PFA. Punks for Autism. It's near and dear to my heart. I've got actually family members that deal with autism every day. And my brother and some other gentlemen made Punks for Autism. And it's doing fantastically. And we're just super proud of them. And they're making real strides. So welcome to the show. We have a lot to talk about. I'm really impressed with the fact that Champ Kelly, don't forget, guys, Champ Kelly was one of the guys that he kind of wanted to be looked at as the GM. He wanted to be looked at as the president, potentially, of operations, something like that. And instead, he got more of the title of Tom Telesco's assistant. You know what I mean? Let's be honest. No matter what his title is, that in effect is what it is. But I don't feel like that was an insult. I feel like that's moved along smoothly. I like the way Champ is handling himself because, see, if he gets upset with the Raiders, say he feels like they haven't given him his opportunity fast enough. Say he feels like he wasn't given a genuine chance to win the job. Whatever the case may be. If you handle it the way he did, quietly, privately, and then just work. Don't raise a fuss. Don't talk to the press. Don't scrub your Twitter or X or whatever. just go about your business like it's another day. Work hard, and then if another job comes up, you could say, yeah, we had a bit of a blow up there, went through 2 coaches. I thought I, deserved an opportunity and a look. I didn't get it, but I appreciated the franchise. Both considering me for the position that I ended up with and working with Tom Telesco directly. I felt like I gained a lot of knowledge from that, and now I'm excited to be here working for you with the Jacksonville Jaguars or the Buffalo Bills or wherever he might go if he's not with us and he wants his own opportunity finally. That's how you would interview. You know what I mean? You could tell him about what happened, but you end it positively. Not like, oh, I was so mad, Mark Davis and this, that, and blah, blah, blah. That never gets you anywhere. It just makes you look disgruntled, and they think you're going to do that to them next. Chris Strong, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Matthew Lincoln said, did you see that Sonic does a pickled Dr. Pepper now? No, look, see, I'm bulletproof to all this stuff now. Now, that mention, just you mentioning that, would have made me have vomit reflex live on the show in the past. People who watch me a lot will tell you I'm not kidding. That's kind of stuff's disgusting to me. But I've seen now the YouTube videos where they're taking those gas station, in a sack of plastic green penises, excuse my language, ladies, and it's floating in some red fluid, and they call it a red pepper pickle. it's so disgusting. And then someone took that and I don't know, someone was trying to do cooking with it and I threw up. Denton Rhodes, what's up? Welcome to the show. Hi, Tommy. What's up, Val? Welcome to the show. Val, you got problems, man. I realize you think the Steelers did good with their draft. I remember you saying that, and I don't have too much to argue with you about their draft. But your quarterback situation, man, I don't like it. No matter whether you have two veterans or not, two guys that are experienced, two guys that have shown they've led a team in the past, one with the Bears and the other one with a world champion Seahawks, and then later on with the Broncos, not so much success, but he was still the starter. I would say to you, your situation to me is the same as the old situation. When you have two quarterbacks trying to win a job, and you don't have a definitive number one, you don't have a quarterback. Now, the reason I bring that up is because we're kind of in the same boat. Now, me personally, I have a great deal of faith in AOC. I really do. I have a great deal of faith in him. And I think that Gardner Minshew is a quality backup / limited time starter that can win you some games. Now, that being said, though, does either of those things sound like a definitive vote of confidence for either man? No. And that's the same thing that's going on with the Steelers right now, but worse. She has two different guys, one who's too old, one who's not that good. Okay, Russell Wilson is washed. Okay, so I'm putting foots in him. Okay, Val, no matter how much I may like you and your handsome little son, Tommy. Wah! I'm just kidding. Yeah, the Steelers are not, no, they're not in our way. And by the way, I know you've probably seen that on the home schedule for the Raiders this year are those pesky Steelers this year. If I remember correctly, obviously we get the Chiefs, Chargers, and the Chiefs, the Chargers, and the Broncos. We get them every year. But when I looked at the new lineup just now, it had, going by memory, the Steelers, the Jaguars, and the Falcons. And I thought that was interesting because those aren't necessarily good teams. Not taking shots at your team, Val. I'm really just messing around to be funny. But, I meant what I said about the quarterbacks. But, obviously you do have a good team. You just, your situation quarterback is tenuous like mine. And we're trying to figure out how that's going to end up. I don't have to tell Tommy to look up tenuous. I know he already knows what that means. Okay, so moving forward. Boom. I was just talking about this a moment ago. I was just basically trying to say I really was impressed with the job Champ Kaylee has done so far. I love what Tom Telesco's done so far. Now, let's go over this just for a second, and then we'll move on. And then if you guys have more questions about other things, then I'll address those. But when we talk about the first pick, we're talking about Brock Bowers, the big tight end, revolutionary. They're talking about this is the best pick as far as a tight end prototype in a decade. They think he's the best tight end prototype going into the NFL in over a decade. Now, having said that, you already got the last guy who guys were talking about like that in Michael Mayer. So now you have two really almost unstoppable tight ends because they're already good individually. But if you pair them together, what does the defense do? Do they have the kind of linebackers that can run with these guys? First, no. So that means now you have to impart safeties or a nickel or a safety and a nickel, whatever you're going to do, and then they're going to be too small in most cases. So this is going to be a lethal offense because while you're trying to get your head to stop spinning, trying to figure out how you're going to stop these two huge tight ends, who also are now putting their paws on you and blocking, and you're dealing with Zamir White coming at you at full speed, our new kid Madison we picked up. And so some nice things going on. I love Jalen Guyton, the wide receiver we just picked up. Really, this offense is going to be nasty. And then the moves they made with the big uglies made me really proud. To pick up Jackson Powers Johnson with that round 2 44th pick, that's a massive steal. A massive steal. He's considered one of the best in the draft, period. So at his position, the best. We brought him in, and he's played guard 100 times. You guys have to remember, don't get too caught up in when you hear about this lineman played right tackle, this lineman played left tackle, this guy plays left guard. Once they go into the pros, the coaches just approach them and say, have you ever played right guard? I know you play left guard, and you played left guard, let's say, for Alabama. But can you come in and play right guard for us? I can, coach, whatever you need. That's what every player says, and they mean it. Because even though it's not easy, I know some of you, when you see those big guys on the line and you see them get in their position, it looks simple. All you do is put one hand in the ground, hold still, and then when they say snap, you jump up and start wrestling. Okay, well, first, your arm and your position, which hand you put in the ground, and the position, which leg is your front leg, which one is your back leg, what is your sit position. There's so much to learn that changes from right guard facing one way, where your right shoulder is your dominant facing out, to where you're a left guard now and your left shoulder is your dominant facing out. Are you left-handed? No, I'm not. I'm right-handed. So now if I'm on this side, I'm going to feel limited because I can't go to my stronger, my gifted, given hand, my right hand. So I love the fact that these guys, both Jackson Powers Johnson in the second round, and then in the third round, the tackle DJ Glaze, are both flexible. They've both played both sides of the positions they've played in the past. Jackson Powers has played center, right guard, and left guard. DJ Glaze has played left tackle and right tackle. And I think a little bit of guard, but we won't need him to do that. Okay, fourth round to Kamarion Richardson. Now, this is the big kid we got from Mississippi State. Runs a super ultra fast 4.37, something like that. 40-yard dash. Incredibly blazing speed when you consider he's 6'2", 200 and something pounds. He's a big, tall guy. And usually guys like that, they can't open their hips up because their legs are much longer. And it's hard for them to get that real long stride moving as fast as the littler guys that are tapping their feet quick and moving. And no, he still has that like Olympic speed. Okay, now in the fifth round was our steal, in my opinion. Getting Tommy Eichenberg in the fifth round to me was a massive steal. I've already declared that Tommy Eichenberg's going to be a star. I want to make sure I say that into the camera so you guys can all hold me responsible for it if I'm wrong there. I don't mind, because I am ultra confident that Tommy Eichenberg gonna be a baller. Okay? So just watch for that. Now, the other guy who I feel like is going to be a hell of a baller is Dylan Laube. Dylan Laube from New Hampshire. He's a little running back. He's brought in probably just to do special teams. He was picked in the sixth round, so he's going to get a look. He's not nobody. This is not a walk-on. He's not an undrafted free agent. Because he was a sixth-round pick, not a seventh-round pick, but a sixth-round pick, there is a difference. He's going to get a little bit more money, not a lot, but a little bit more money than his fellow Raiders safety Trey Taylor in the seventh and cornerback MJ Devonshire in round 7. Now, Dylan Laube is going to make a little bit of money, and he's got a lot of running backs in front of him, but I'm telling you right now, if you watch Dylan Laube's tape, if I'm a running backs coach and I'm with the Raiders, I'm looking at Zamir White and Madison, and I'm telling them, look, man, this guy is nice. I need to see you both raise the bar because this guy is nice. And I mean, I'm tempted to give him real snaps here. I love you guys. I see what you bring to the table, and it matters. But I feel like that kid got that wiggle, man. Dylan Laube just has that way of like, he slows down a step. He sees his blocks, but he does it within the rhythm while still running fast. Great feet, great balance, great hips, great eyes, sees lanes. I'm super excited about Dylan Laube. If I was a scout, I would be screaming at the Raiders to give this guy as many snaps as you can. At least, say for example, in the first quarter, say you run 27 plays in the first quarter, I would make sure he touched the ball at least 6 times. At least 6. And I would make maybe 3 of them runs and 3 of them bubble screens. Give him the ball, give him blockers, and then let's just see him work. If you watch his video, you'll know what I'm talking about. Dylan Laube is legit. And then I mentioned Trey Taylor and Devonshire. Devonshire I'm excited about too, not so much about Trey Taylor. If I just went down every name on this list and said, everyone's going to be a star, I mean, what kind of credibility could I have with you? So I would say this to you. As far as Brock Bowers, I think he's surefire. I think there's no doubt about it. As far as Jackson Powers Johnson, there's always a possibility that guy doesn't pan out. That's just facts. He's a great player. He's a great player at the college level. But just because he has all the cred and we picked him as a second rounder, that doesn't mean anything. He has to still go out there and strap it up. But when you hear him talk, though, the guy looks nuts. He looks nuts. So I love Jackson Powers Johnson. DJ Glaze, again, injuries. knees, ankles, lower back. Is he going to be able to keep from getting hurt? We'll see. But Brock Bowers, super excited about Jackson Powers Johnson and DJ Glaze. I'm reserving my opinion until I can get a look at what they do in their gear and the preseason and so on. DeCamarion Richardson, Mississippi State, surefire. I love him, surefire. I think he's going to be incredible. Tommy Eckenberg, I think he might be one of the most impressive guys that comes out of this draft for us. I only stutter like that when I'm thinking something I want to say, but I shouldn't say, and I really want to say it. But I think Tommy Eichenberg could have the kind of ascension that Max Crosby did. I really could see that. He won't be that at first, just like Max wasn't. But we saw the potential in Max the moment he started playing. And then year 2, it was like, whoa, where did that guy come from? And then year 3, best in the league. You know what I mean? And now I think Tommy Eichenberg can have just that sort of ascension. I think he's going to be real nice, but I think when he puts weight on in the following year, no matter what we do this season, he's going to be even better for us. And that's our guys as far as that's concerned. So now, as far as the projected strength of schedule, I don't know how you guys felt about that. I've always said I like a tough season. I like a tough schedule. Of the 14 opponents on the Raiders schedule, half of those teams made the playoffs last season. See, I like that. Sharpen it. Make it sharp. Work on it. Keep working on it. You don't get that from beating teams that are, soft. I don't want to play the Panthers and Washington, and that proves nothing. And then when you get to the tough teams and we lose, we can look back to that and know we weren't ready. Okay, let's see. Okay, rank, opposing win percentage, strength of schedule. The Las Vegas Raiders are T8 for strength of schedule with a .512 opposing win percentage. So that's like, again, it's higher on the difficulty scale as far as how many teams are in the league, but we're still kind of close to the middle. To me, close enough that I like where we are. I don't want to, let me see. Only 8 other teams have a tougher strength of schedule than we do. And I don't know, guys. I like that. I never let that bother me. I think that's a good thing. Also, the facility that we're going to be moving in, that has been confirmed. Most of you probably saw it on your cell phones already. You asked me about it the other night. I didn't want to say because I don't like confirming things, even if they say, oh, it's absolutely happening. There have been times where things have gotten held up and, and so on and so forth. For example, think of how long ago you heard about Tom Brady being an owner, a minority owner with the Raiders, and his paperwork and his part of his portfolio that's supposed to be signed into all of this. It's still not finished. And remember, think how far back they told us he was going to be a minority owner in this. What's taking so long? I don't think anyone questions that whether he has the money or not. The guy has the money. Okay, he has plenty of money. Okay, so that's not the issue. And he has backers and he has a team behind him. So it's not like it's every penny's Tom Brady's. So that's another reason why, I would say, what's the big deal? Well, I know it was because he had to get some other finalized business on other companies he owns. If he does that, it makes his portfolio go up. And then once he's attached to the Raiders officially, whatever his designation is, at that time, the Raiders designation will go up too as a result of his wealth being merged with the Raiders. But obviously, it's going to be a higher worth of Tom if we wait for him later, as opposed to him having already been done, and then he goes and buys these businesses. So, because I think it's a part of the contracts. It's probably either a year-to-year or maybe 5-year. It's his insurance and stuff like that. So I can't really say for sure, but they're probably determining that, and then they'll decide, and then let Tom say, hey, I'm worth more now. Can I get this re-upped? And you have to do it at a certain time, and there has to be paperwork and all that stuff. If you just wait before it's all final, get all that other stuff done, and then do the final on being an owner, everything's cool. Okay, so we probably have talked enough, in all honesty, about the undrafted free agents that we brought in, but there's some interesting guys on here. For example, I just want to bring up now. Obviously, Carter Bradley. Now he's the quarterback we brought in from South Alabama. He is our former defensive coordinator, Gus Bradley's son. Now, obviously, I've already talked about the comparison. Gus Bradley, he's been in the NFL for a decade plus. His son has been growing up in football with him, learning everything his dad knows, while his dad has not just been a defensive coordinator, he's also been a head coach. So he can really, and I mean really, impart some wisdom on his son as far as what owners are looking for, what coaches are looking for at whatever position he ends up playing, i.e. now he's a quarterback. So they're looking for him to show flexibility, high completion percentage, can he move in the pocket, et cetera, et cetera. And so he's just going to be, I have a feeling he could actually be nice. I'm actually very interested in how things work out with him. He has a decent build at 6'3", 210. That's nice. It's big, but it's not so big that, he loses flexibility. He's got a cannon for an arm. So he could be really, really interesting. Now, Andrew Coker is the tackle we brought in from TCU. I'm super excited about Andrew Coker, the tackle. Really excited about him. Also, Tamari Fox of North Carolina, defensive tackle. He will be able to help in the interior of the defense if he gets playing time, and I think he could. You're hearing words about Amari Gaynor, the defensive end from North Carolina. Now, I've watched the video. I'm excited. I don't know if he's going to get minutes, though, just because his timing is terrible, because we've always been looking for more defensive ends, defensive tackles, linebackers that can play defensive end, that can move up to the line, put their hand on the ground, and bring the quarterback down, potentially. And Amari Gaynor could be that guy, but we have a few now. So let's see. Moving forward, Ladietrick Griffin, wide receiver, Mississippi State. I can barely say his name, but the little bit of video I watched of him, I was impressed. And then last but not least, Ron Stone, defensive end, Washington State. Like the video, like what I saw. Check out Ron Stone, defensive end, Washington State. His YouTube highlights, very nice. Physical guy. Again, doesn't mean he'll get minutes. He's an undrafted free agent. You know what I mean? It would take probably an injury or him playing fantastically, both at practice and in the preseason. If he does both those things, maybe he gets a look. Okay, let me see. Tim Heckhock, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Stephen Shaw, always there for Raider Bear. Let me catch up to you guys. Elon Bush, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Elon, we got to talk Warriors at some point, man, because I don't think the Kevin Durant stuff is fake. I don't think that's fake. I don't think Kevin Durant ever wants to go with LeBron, ever. And so I think LeBron is trying to talk Durant into going to the Lakers, and I think Durant is going to get talked into going back to the Warriors by Steve Kerr and Steph Curry, because they're going to be in the Olympics together for the next 6 weeks. And they're going to be talking about old times and winning back-to-back championships and, and him languishing everywhere else he's been. Okay, I guess we talked about the Warriors. Sorry, everyone. I apologize. Tony Make It Dip said, one day, laugh out loud. Kim Calhoun! Where's Michelle Manici? I need to know if she got her stuff. I sent her stuff. I'm not going to lie, Bear. The Raiders finally feel like we have a vision. Eric, great comment, and welcome to the show. And not only do I agree with that, but it's a vision of doing something we've already seen terrorize the league. A 2 tight end set with running backs and wide receivers where everyone's on the same page, and it's all play action, throw it left to the wide receiver. Play action, throw it right with the bubble screen. Hand it off to the running back, get some yards. Play action, go over the top to Devontae. Play action, go to Brock Bowers, etc., etc. Would you guys like to see me do that one more time? Play action? but the truth of it is, if it's run correctly, it's dangerous. Now, what was the reference we made, all of us? Let's be honest. I'm not trying to be like, oh, Bear was brilliant when he said this. We've all probably talked about it at least once already. If we're really going to run this 2 tight end set with a running game and lethal wide receivers, because our wide receiver room is starting to look dangerous. Okay, now, you add to that, Antonio Pierce knows that system. He played against it when he was playing with the Giants and playing against Gronk and Aaron Hernandez when they were at their best with the Patriots. Well, sort of at their best. That was the team that the Patriots couldn't beat in the Super Bowl. Oh, I hope Tom wasn't watching that part. No, that's not true. Potted foots in ya! Okay, Tommy? You're still not officially a minority or any other kind of owner. Okay? For now, it's all talk and vapor. Sign on the dotted line or shut up! I'm just kidding. He's going to have a lot of input on this offense. I'm serious. I'm not saying that was part of the plan, but it's looking more and more like I think Tom Brady might have gotten in someone's ear and just said, guys, with the personnel you have, if you run this, we could do some things. Now, I don't want the rumors to start again about, oh, is Tom going to come down from the luxury box and play? No. Okay, now, I'm going to prepare you, though. Get ready, because remember, the other jackwagons that do shows like mine, well, no shows like mine, but they try to do shows like mine, have Raiders! But they try to do shows like mine, and what they're going to do is they're going to say, has anyone noticed that Tommy Boy didn't sign on the dotted line with his paperwork and to be a minority owner? And does anyone else notice that he went real quiet and all this stuff about he had to finish some business dealings could all be smoke and mirrors, and that in reality he's somewhere in Barbados on a bike running a cycle, much like Lance Armstrong, getting injections and stuff. I always thought he cheated. But anyway, the human Barbie Ken doll, for Barbie, the human Ken doll is somewhere getting in great shape right now, so that when the season just starts to get close, he comes walking down the stairs like Willis Reed and says, somebody hold my beer, I got a Raider team I need to bring a ring to. And then he breaks a nail and ends the season in week 2 because he's an old man, and this is stupid. And to talk about it is stupid. And when these other shows talk about it, you tell them they're stupid because it's not going to happen, not ever, not on this planet or anyone else that has Raiders, not on Mars, Jupiter, Pluto, woo! And Pluto's not a planet, but we're not even going to do it there. 0 to 60, like that. Okay, it's all passion. I don't want to see that man. No. It would be a travesty, a disgrace, a bamboozle, a travesty-mockery. No. I wanted to get real serious that time. No. When are the season schedulings going to be released? Probably in another couple weeks. Troy Gill, what's up? What's up with you, brother? Welcome to the show. Armando Medrano. I can't get excited about it anymore, Armando. I kind of want the hat back. I don't know. It grew on me. Greetings, Raider Bear. Although your woman looks beautiful. Just kidding around. Greetings, Raider Bear. I'm in my own home now. Spent the day in D.C. and I was pleasantly surprised that the youngster we talked about a while ago, not only did he have a small stack of analysis reports for me to review, he actually had a separate stack trying to tear his own analysis apart, like I had taught him. He did very well, and I told him so. Way to go, young man. Way to go, Tommy boy. Atta boy. Easy does it. What's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Cam! Appreciate the love on the stars, Gara. Love the show and the info, though I have... wait a minute. Though I love how you make me laugh. Kim, it is my job for Raider Nation. Kim! Calhoun! Raging Raider Rhino in the house. What's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Glenn Medina. So we don't have a quarterback dud. Did you hear what you said, ding dong? No. Glenn Medina, we do have a quarterback. Our situation is totally different than theirs. They have an old guy that we know is washed, and they have a young guy, well, that was never, he's not washed, but he was never really dirty. or cleaned, or I don't know how you'd say it. He was never any good anyway. He was never going to be any good. Justin Fields was never going to be any good. Now, when I really thought Justin Fields was coming to us, I was genuinely excited, and I will explain that. I am not flip-flopping. I am being deathly serious. When he was going to come to us, I was good with it because we brought his offensive coordinator and we were beefing up the line. We were going to do a running game. That doesn't put Justin Fields responsible for our offense. We're going to be a running attack. So he was only going to be asked to do it here strategically, here and there. And then mostly it was going to be handoffs and then, orchestrated runs for him to go bare naked, one way or the other, bootleg and, get 7 whatever many yards because the guy's gifted as far as speed and athleticism. So see, for us, I felt like it would work. But him blindly going to learn a new offense in a totally different town, in a totally different division, just everything about it. Russell to me is finished. And Justin Fields never got started. So they're in trouble. But we have 2 guys that are young that have an opportunity to really be winners. So it's not the same situation. Mr. Bear, I think that Wilson is going to be a starter for my Steelers this year, and although Fields will have a chance to compete for it in training camp, I think mainly the plan is for him to learn from Wilson for 1 year. Steeler Val, not only that, I think honestly their move to get Justin Fields may have just as much been like what we did with Michael Gallup. Michael Gallup is a quality wide receiver when he's healthy, and we got him on a 1-year deal for $3 million. You think one of these other teams, like the Falcons or Dallas, who already knows him, they don't want him back, but they need a wide receiver. They need wide receiver help, and there's other teams all throughout the league, Jacksonville, whatchamacallit, the Texans now with C.J. Stroud really showing some things. They want to get him weapons, and instead we took Michael Gallup off the board and got him cheap, and I think he's going to benefit from us because we're not going to ask him to run all these, plays and be out there through the rigors. He's going to run a few plays, come off. Be in a few plays, come off. And if he doesn't have success, you may not even see the field again. At least in that, game-by-game basis. Armand Gonzalez Jr., what's up, man? Welcome to the show. He is a badass, isn't he, Eric? House Junkies, what's up, man? Welcome to the show. Let's go. R8RBEAR! MJ Devonshire is I'm calling a steal. Well, Rhino, I'm going to go with you on that one. I don't know enough about it. I've seen the video, you know what I mean? But I feel like sometimes when you watch enough video about certain guys, to me, video starts to stand apart when I see this defensive back and I see this defensive back, and I watch both their videos. But one guy seems to be instinctual. In other words, one guy is making tackles, and he's doing little, highlight plays, and he looks good. But the other guy is showing that he can read a wide receiver's route cut in front of him and get an interception. Then that same guy shows where he hit a guy but turned his helmet down at the last second and hit him on his hands, and it forced the ball out, and he caused a forced fumble. Then on another play, he was beaten. A wide receiver was streaming down the field, and he jumps at the last minute and swipes at his arm, and the guy fumbles and kicks the ball around, and the other team gets the ball, and it saves a touchdown. What was a clear touchdown. If he just survives that impact, he scores. There's no doubt about it. And the guy leaped like Indiana Jones, and just at the last second, swipes at his arm, and the guy's arm went in, and he actually fumbled within the red zone, and the ball starts screaming around, and then the defense picked it up. So, see, I saw that when I was watching. Hold on, I don't want to say my names wrong. I saw that when I watched Decamerion Richardson. I did not see that as much with Devonshire. Does that make sense? I saw plays that seemed like they were being made both by his mind and his physical talent, and with Devonshire, I just saw a good football player. Still good in both senses, but I'm a little bit more excited about the other kid. Oh, nice! Yes! R8RBEAR! Mama Bear! Corey is opening up the bike for Dahlia. The bike that we sent for Dalia? I said it wrong. He's going to put it together for her soon. Okay, let me see. Joshua Heron, I think Minshew can ball. Your thoughts? Joshua Heron, I don't think there's any doubt about it. I want to make that clear. Because I've said a lot of things about these guys. I want to make it very clear. Gardner Minshew could be our starter. He wasn't brought in to feel like, hey, you're the number 2. He was brought in with the idea that AOC is going to get a shot. But if you outplay him, you're the man. They have nothing. They have no obligation to AOC. He knows what he is. If AOC was a first-round pick, we wouldn't even be having this conversation, even with Gardner Minshew being here. Because what they had to pay him, AOC would still be, they would absolutely be pushing him to be the starter. Because you got to find out if he's got it if you're paying him first-round money. But because he was a fourth-round pick, now you can kind of eat some of that pay when you get into year 3, year 4 of his contract. Well, we're in just year 2. So hopefully he can really lay it down and win this job. Because if he does, then Gardner Minshew gonna sit. But otherwise, he could come in and win for us for sure. I'm sure of that. Kenny! Blair! Oh, wait a minute. I forgot my pinky. Blair from the land of whiskey and crumpets. My UK presence. What's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Always there for R8RBEAR. What are your thoughts about this new season? Let's go! Love the show, Raiders. Kim, I'm real excited because I love what we're doing. We're taking, in other words, sometimes when we're getting ready to start the season and we say, well, if this over here works, we'll be good. And if this works, we'll be all right. And if we get this and this and this and this, and we all get our heads spinning, and then we stop and kind of go, well, are we really going to be able to do all those things? And then we don't really know if we're going to be a good team. We go into it as excited for our brothers, as we always are, and then we end up with a somewhat mediocre or bad season. Now, why would this, to me, look different? The reason it looks different to me is because this is simplified power football. There is no other system that has a greater likelihood of victory, a higher percentage of success. There is no offense that has a greater percentage of or likelihood of success as a 2 tight end set running offense that can then throw out of those packages. Because see, run packages look like run plays. If you play in those run packages and then throw out of them, you can, I'm telling you, we can misdirect. Try to think back to what our team looked like in 2001 when Rich Gannon was running it with Tim Brown and Jerry Rice and Wheatley and Garner in a running game, tight ends, a dominant offensive line. What did we do? Rich Gannon just surgically picked teams apart. Left side, right side, slow delays, pitch play, run up the middle, draw. I mean, he killed teams to the point we were the number 1 offense in football that year. Yeah, we went to the Super Bowl, but we didn't just go to the Super Bowl and get our ass kicked. We went there with the number 1 offense in football. If we don't run into John Gruden, whoever we'd ran into, we would have beaten him. There's no doubt in my mind. There is no doubt in my mind. If we face anyone but John Gruden and that Buccaneer team, we win that Super Bowl, no matter who had made it. The Raiders are going to play smash mouth football on offense this year, and I love that style. And with our defense, to quote Big Al, Patrick Mahomes is going to go down, and he's going to go down hard, and he's going to go down a lot. Raiders! You stop that, Jim. Don't get me all fired up. I appreciate that. That would be dope. Reunion between Durant and Curry, though, and Durant would get duped. Devin Light with Kyrie. Yeah, I think it could happen. I'm looking forward to seeing the coaching staff start new and build these rookies and younger players. Joel Irons, always good to see you, brother. Your profile picture is awesome. You and your wife just look so beautiful. I showed my wife the picture. She loves you guys. Now, having said that, I think that the coaching staff is so much more solid already. You know what I mean? We, in effect, have 3 head coaches. One that's in charge in Antonio Pierce. And then the former Dolphins coach and the former Bengals coach and that guy, Marvin Lewis, who took a average to mediocre Bengal team with an average to mediocre redheaded quarterback that might as well have been Derek Carr and dragged his monkey shut your mouth to the playoffs over and over and over again. They didn't win much, but he always had what was a really average, looking back, his defenses that he had, his quarterback, Andy Dalton, supposed to be his starter for years, I mean, which, obviously looking back now, we all know that guy was a backup. He was never really a starter. Kim Calhoun, I appreciate the love. I really do. It's been 10 years now. This is my 10-year anniversary doing Raider Bear Family Page. And you notice I don't really talk about that much because I don't like to come off like I'm, brag. Look, I brought out some stuff too because I just wanted to show you guys some of this stuff that I have. I thought you guys would really trip off this. Just take a minute and show you some of the good stuff. I never really get a chance to hold this kind of stuff and really show it to you guys because it's usually always on the wall when I put up stuff in here. But seeing this is like, it's got hooks on it for a hat rack. And it's only 4, but it's what it looks like. You know what I mean? I love it. I had a fan make this for me. Really cool. And then I went with my guy, Jamar. If you know Jamar, you know his work. He makes beautiful stuff. Raider Bear Family. And he did this for me. So look him up, Jamar, Jaymar, Jamar. And he a man. He does metal like this. I'm going to have him do a shrunk down version of this for my lowrider bike. Should be dope. I haven't even told him yet, so you guys heard it first. And then last but not least, this one is one of my absolute favorites because I was born in Oakland and, saw a lot of games in Oakland. I absolutely love Oakland, and this is the football shape. And then they painted in on the I got to get the camera right. They painted in on the letters to give it a silver. And so really cool stuff. And yeah, I just want to show that to you guys. Just for funsies. All right, let's move forward. Scotty Lutz, you're right. Bear, Pluto ain't a planet. He's a Disney dog. Nicely done, Scotty Lutz. Scotty Lutz, see, I like you when you do humor posts. I need more humor posts. That was good. Well, if Brady did, he can't have number 12. Armando, I don't care. To hell with Tom Brady. May 15th is when the rest of the schedule comes out. May 15th. I'm pretty sure that's what Mark Vargas is posting for us there, and I really appreciate it. Travis McNeil, I do not like that profile picture. I'm going to go ahead and take that down. Steven Shaw! Travis McNeil, the Raiders are doing real well. We've made a lot of moves on the offensive line, both in free agency and in the draft. Brought in a lot of guys that can move their feet and got real big butts. Got some just brawlers down there to get ready. And then we re-signed our defensive line. We brought in Christian Wilkins from the Dolphins. We did that with now our guy Tyree Wilson, who we picked last year. Don't forget that guy is a monster. And last year, we don't count that as his rookie season, but more importantly, don't forget, guys, he was coming in off of a foot surgery. So his first, I don't know how many games it was. I think it was 2 or 3. He couldn't even play. And then once his foot was right and he came out there and played, he was still kind of nursing it around. And so, and the team talked about it too. They didn't expect anything from him because they knew that he was coming out of that foot. And when you're a huge guy and you start to have problems with your feet, it can end your career. So he has to be super careful with any surgeries or anything he does with his feet. And so I was glad that they brought him along nice and easy. Armando, it would be AOC's number, but I have a strong feeling that if he asked AOC for it, he'd probably give it up. I don't like that, but he probably would. Michael Purefoy was very happy with how we performed last season when AP took over. Very much looking forward to this upcoming season with AP leading the charge with Marvin Lewis and Joe Philbin. Joe Philbin, thank you. I always forget his name. Literally in his back pocket real time. Also, watched Max Crosby's The Rush podcast, and Devontae Adams is super happy about the offense that Getsy is bringing. We may have something here. Yeah, he's excited because he knows that Getsy wants everyone to think that all he's going to do is run the ball, and he's going to run the wishbone and the I formation and all this nonsense. He's going to throw the ball deep. It's just going to be strategic. It's not going to be just, Al Davis gunslinger and a tumbleweed and let it rip. You know what I mean? That was a terrible attempt at that. Jesse Parker, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Always there for Raider Bear, my fashion designer. Coretta Trujillo. What's up, though, girl? Rachel Mattery. Thank you, Rachel. I appreciate you guys. I really do. We do a lot of really good work out there, guys. We really do, for the homeless and so on. And we haven't got our feet under us yet with Arizona. We've done the basic stuff, you know what I mean, giving to Goodwill and, you know, different places like that, the orphanage stuff, that kind of thing. We're already doing stuff like that. And we've already done contributions through the mail and things like that. But we get down into the ground with organizations like this, and we try to join things they're doing, and then we use our presence to get people we know online to come, and now an event that has 200 people ends up with 500 people, you know what I mean, and it's just R8RBEAR family page. So we do that. The KC Heads title reign is coming to an abrupt end this season. You know, I want to be with you on that. I don't think KC is going to continue this. But then again, though, we need to, you know, tip the hat. You know what I mean? I hate KC, but they did what they did. They did it legitimately. I don't feel like they cheat. I don't feel like there's steroids. Have you ever seen that picture of Patrick Mahomes' body with his shirt off? It's... There's just the little man boobs and the little muffin top. He needs to take some of that weight off and put it on his wife. To do. Mr. R8RBEAR, I think my Eagles drafted pretty good, but maybe not great. Plus, we got Barkley. I hope they can at least win the division this year, because I really don't like the dirty Cowboys. The Eagles regressed a little bit, Tommy. It's only because they had a fantastic year the year prior and the year prior to that. Now, you know, having a third and a fourth and a fifth year of being fantastic is very hard, because a lot of what your team likes to do, teams have a lot of video now that they can watch and see what you guys like to do on third down. What do you like to do on second and long? And then they can study, they can hear your cadences and what your calls were during the game. And then if they don't switch them up and the defense recognizes some of them, you get stuffed, you know, and they're kind of going through that. And hopefully they'll work their way through it. Rachel Mattery, welcome to the show. I really appreciate that. Any news about signing another pass rusher? Troy Gill, we did sign another pass rusher. Let me see here. Who's that guy? Let me go back to our transactions. I just it's just too many guys. You know what I mean? To be remembering everybody. It's just too hard. Amari Gaynor, T.J. Franklin. No, I thought it was someone else. Tamari Fox? No, he's a defensive tackle. Well, I mean, I liked the video I saw on Ron Stone. They could be talking about Ron Stone, but we brought in T.J. Franklin and Amari Gaynor. It's probably Amari Gaynor, because he's a little bit of an athlete. He has that athletic build. He's got a good bend. He's the kind of guy that if he gains some weight and he plays well and we can get him on the line, he could make some plays. Let's see. We also... I just saw something I thought was interesting, and now I lost it. Okay, there we go. In January, we brought in defensive end David Agoa. Okay, so that's another guy. So we've got a lot of guys in here right now. And I'll be honest with you, it's because we don't know if we want to give Malcolm Kuntz an extension. And I don't think they have yet. So there's still talks about whether or not you give Malcolm Kuntz another job. But to be honest with you, when Antonio Pierce took over the job, the final 9 games of the season, Malcolm Kuntz finished with 8 sacks and like 7 pressures and 12 tackles and a forced fumble. And I mean, he put up numbers. In just those last 8-9 games, he put up numbers. You know what I mean? To get 8 sacks in 9 games, guys, that translates to 16 sacks, potentially 14 to 16 sacks over the season. So to me, you pay that guy now. Just pay him. Why should we look for a cheaper alternative? Why should we look outside in a free agency? Why not just give the guy his few bucks and let's just move on? You know that Malcolm Kuntz is not going to ask for the world. You know what I mean? He's going to want a respectable deal, and you just give him a respectable deal, and let's move forward. Tom Telesco did do a great job, Eric Peterson. I was impressed. So far, so good. I think it could all work out really well. You know what I said my gut instinct is, and admittedly, that all it is, and I can't really base it on anything, but I do that all the time. But I really believe that Aiden O'Connell was going to be much better this year. I'm with you. I'm with you. No, look, I'm 100%. All I said is I feel like Gardner Minshew can do the job. That's it. There's no doubt about that. But I like AOC, and I like AOC to win it. AOC is the bigger man. He's the younger man. He's the guy that we're paying, about the same amount of money, maybe a little bit more. But I want to see this guy go out there and get it done. Now, they paid Gardner Minshew real money, so if AOC wins this, then you probably won't see Gardner around very long. Rachel Mattery said, this season is exciting to see. I trust AOC's decisions. I would agree. And I trust our coach. Yeah, way to go, girl. I completely agree. Let's see, the grass stains and back pains. Nicely said. Raging Raider Rhino said, wifey sounds like she still want to go to Vegas versus KC this coming season in Vegas. You coming, Bear? And Mama Bear, down. Booked. Bear, Ma Bear. We're down, man. We don't want to miss KC. Not KC. We'll make it for that. Al Padron, what's up? Welcome to the show, man. I haven't seen you in forever. Good to see you, brother. Stephen Shaw said, congratulations. Yeah, 10 years, man. It's been a long time. James Walker and Princetta Walker in the house. Family, what's up, brother? Appreciate you. Hell yeah, 10 years. Appreciate that, Reyes Antonio. Much love to you. Happy anniversary. Be proud of your accomplishments. It's amazing broadcaster always. I appreciate the love, Rach. I really do. Awesome on the decade and many more to come. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. Congratulations on your 10-year anniversary, Mark Vargas. I appreciate the love. Come on, guys. You got to get me talking about just myself here. Troy Gill, I appreciate that. Bear, who's going to start on the O-line? Honestly, that's hard to say. I think that there's a real chance that DJ Glaze could come right in and take that right tackle position. I feel like Jackson Powers Johnson would be the right guard. I think that Andre James will be the center because we re-upped him and he's playing great football. I just feel like the Jackson Powers Johnson, even though he's a center, I don't feel like he was brought in to challenge James or to push him out of the job. I think he was brought in because he was the most amazing offensive talent on the offensive line at that time, and he's going to have flexibility. I guarantee you he's fine playing guard. I guarantee it. He played center in college, and he's great for the Oregon Ducks, but he's going to play guard for us, and he's going to be amazing. And then left guard, I forget. We already have an established guy there, but for some reason I'm going blank on his name. And, of course, Colton Miller at left tackle, of course, will start. And we have depth behind him, you know what I mean, with DJ Glaze and Thayer Mumford coming back. So the offensive line suddenly is no longer a weakness, guys. And then linebacker, we already saw some growth in linebacker, and now we pick up Tommy Eichenberg. I mean, we look great. We lost Josh Jacobs, and that hurts. But we do have two quality starting potential running backs, and then we have Dylan Laube just kind of waiting in the wings to give us explosive plays. I love the moves they've made to fix where we had losses. They've made moves to make us better. And then to get this tight end to go bookend with our other guy, I'm loving this. Nisi Tweet Thomas, what's up, love? Beautiful as always. Welcome to the show. I saw your granddaughter. She's she would run my life. She was so cute. Anna Diaz Rincon, I'm not sure. Have I blocked you? Have you been doing nudes again? I'm not trying to start rumors. I know Anna's beautiful, but she would not do that. Everyone calm down. Hit her DM. Nisi! Tweet! Thomas! Always there for a Raider Bear. Love you, girl. She has the chain to prove it. Kevin Kahuhano, love you back, fam. Hi, honey. Hi, kids. Love you guys. When we get out to the islands, we'll let you know, brother. I swear. When we get to the islands, I swear, we're going to come, and I want you to throw a pig in the ground for me. Even if we don't eat it, I just want to do it. Bear won't be ready for 72 hours, and you're leaving in 24. Don't care. Oh, and I want to kill it, too. I want nothing but a Bowie knife and some camo. And I'm going to put on a red bandana, And you may know where I'm going, but who cares? And then I'm going to wait up in a tree, and when that big round son of a shut your mouth comes under me, I'm just going to put my name on him. Kim Lissetti always there for Raider Bear. Hi, love. Kuntz beasted out after McDoofus got fired. Yeah, Elon Bush, Antonio Pierce gave him an opportunity. And I swear to you, there was a point during that 9-game run. I don't know when it exactly was, because I don't want to sound like I'm making it up. This is not like some win one for the Gipper kind of story. But you could tell that Pierce put him in, and Malcolm made a mistake on the field, okay? Malcolm Kuntz made a mistake. And he's been used to in the past, when he makes a mistake, he gets pulled out. And so he made a mistake. He turned around, and AP was like, hey, man, get in there and knock heads around. And you could just see that it meant something to Kuntz. You know what I mean? And let's be honest, we're all men and women here. We know what it feels like when our boss gives us a vote of confidence and says, hey, man, you did a great job. Keep it up. We need you here in this company. When someone does that to you, you get up and go, okay, now it's on. I love working here. You know what I mean? And that's what he got. And then the boost, he finishes with 8 sacks in 9 games. Guys, had he started the season that way with AP, there's no telling what he might have done. I would say realistically, we could have been looking at a 12 to 14 sack season out of Kuntz. And that's a guaranteed going to the playoffs, because you're going to get something like that out of Max. Every season we always do. So you get that out of Max. Now you got Christian Wilkinson and, Adam Butler and John Jenkins in the middle of the line, pressing the middle of the line. Nobody's going to want anything to do with us. Our defensive line looks like a bunch of guys that could all be bar bouncers. And then all the guys on the offensive line are mooses that all want the job. We look as good as we've looked in a long time. Better than we ever looked in any of those teams we were trying to put together with the Bears. Oh, you live in KC, Bear? Oh, nice. I didn't know that, Steven. Steven, when we make it out to KC, I know that Raider Wolf, Corey, he's watching right now. You can click with Corey and talk to him about it. I know we're doing the whole 9. I don't know if we're going to have like an Airbnb or something, or a hotel, or I don't know, but we're going to do the whole 9. So, and we'll be there before, like the night before the game, maybe even 2 nights before the game. I don't know. So we're going to work all that out. And, but yeah, Steven, I'd love to meet you, brother. You know what I mean? I'm not, I have a lot of viewers, I don't call them fans. I don't do that. And sometimes if I slip and I say fans, please excuse me, because I don't like to say that, because, I'm a Raider fan like all of you. You know what I mean? So I'm a fan of all of you for watching my show and doing what you do to help me change the world. And I really appreciate that. And so when I know I get a chance to meet people like yourself who've purchased my medallion, who've helped me change lives, in this world, I absolutely want to meet you, brother. So I appreciate the love. Gardner Minshew, 6'1", 225. Okay, now, I'm impressed by that. He's still taller than Gardner Minshew, but 225? Damn. I mean, he's a thick little dude, but I didn't know he was walking around at 2.25. That's nice. Because I know AOC is like 215. And, as the season wears on, when you're young, you lose those 5-10 pounds, baby fat that he carries around. So he probably never weighs 225. Walking around, off season when he eats, he probably does. But Gardner Minshew's rock solid. And 225, that's impressive. He's probably pretty strong. It is a lot of names, Kim, and I appreciate that. Kim, I appreciate the love. Kim Calhoun, I appreciate you knowing that. And Kim Lissetti, I appreciate the love on the comment. Wait, what? Anna, no, I didn't write you out about the whole thing. It's fine. We have Britton Brown, too, at running back. I don't think Britton Brown's ever going to get a fair shake, Raging Raider Rhino. I think he is really just seen as a practice squad guy forever. And I like him. I don't understand it at all. He reminds me of Latavius Murray. If you really watch Britton Brown run, same build, same height, same gun muscles, same kind of speed, runs tall with his chest out, which, isn't always preferable. Most of us who know anything about football know that it's not always good, especially as a running back, to get the ball low and then pop up into this stance and run around like this, with your chest leading you. Eric Dickerson did that. O.J. Simpson did that. But those guys were like gods of football. You know what I mean? I don't know about, Britton Brown and Latavius Murray running like that, and they do. So that might be why Britton Brown doesn't get opportunities, because he runs hard, he's tough, but I bet he takes some shots in practice. Thank you for the anniversary love, Corinna. I really appreciate that. Oh, no, you didn't. Tony Carpenter Evans, appreciate that. Aiden O'Connell is not 209, Mark Vargas. That might be what they write down. I'm not even sure about Gardner Minshew being 225. That's pretty jacked. At his height, that's jacked. I'd have to see that. Although I have to admit, I have seen his legs. His legs he's got some trunks. They did a thing, like a biopic kind of thing, where a reporter interviewed him, and it was in the off season, and he was in a minivan, and he lived somewhere in L.A. on a beach. And he was bragging about how he lives for long periods of time just driving around in his van. He doesn't even have a place. I mean, he does have a place, but he sometimes will just abandon it for quite a long time. And he would just live in this bus he has. And it's nice. And they showed him in like these jean cutoff shorts, and his legs were huge. I was surprised for a quarterback. He's got some trunks on him. Love you right back, Kim Calhoun. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Steven. Much love. Elon Bush said, this defense is starting to look like the monsters of the Midway. Elon, I'm excited about it. I got to admit, I'm excited about this team. I think they could really do some things. That's Minshew's beer belly. Hey, look, John, if he's built like you, then I know what's up. I know you're stout. I've seen it. Hey, man, I was a strength and conditioning coach and a personal trainer for 20 years. Okay, and I can see those, the striations, the muscle, you got the trapezius going on. I've seen you. You got some build on you. I know you've been in the gym. No, what's up? Welcome to the show. Oh, I love the picture. Great hat. Eric Dickerson ran that way? Yeah, he did, Mark. And just really tall. And Britton Brown runs the same way. I didn't mean to fade him. I mean, like I was saying, I like Britton Brown. I just think there's no way he's going to get a shot. If I remember correctly, wasn't he a 7th round pick? You know what I mean? It's not like if you're a 7th round pick, you get no love. I mean, all picks nowadays, even going into the 7th round, are so highly valued as roster spots that normally you do not give up on guys, even if they're 5th, 6th, and 7th round guys, until you're absolutely sure they can't benefit you, and then you let them go because you invested, a pick in them. That's money. Minshew is in the mystery van. It's funny you say that because it kind of was one of those. You know what I mean? I don't think it was like a vintage, one of those cool VW bugs that have those windows that pop up all the way around them. I love those. But I don't think it was one of those. I just think it was nice. Stephen Shaw! Appreciate the love, brother. All right, you guys. Alexa! Play Hide by NASA. I don't know why I'm so mean to her. Remix by NASA on Amazon. I keep waiting for her to go, no, if you keep yelling at me like that. Put foots in the bear. Go ahead, Lex. I don't mind. Linda does it all the time. Now we're talking about adult stuff. All right, that's my show. Shout out to our armed forces. Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, National Guard, Space Force, for all you do. The energy and love of this show is dedicated to your sacrifice. Active and veterans, much love. All right, that's my show. Good night, everybody. I love you all. Sleep well. See you tomorrow. R8RBEAR family page, same time, same bear channel. Bear with me. The R8RBEAR! Much love. And